so today was a pretty big day in Major League Baseball history. The Cleveland Indians announced that next season they would change their name to the Cleveland Guardians. Obviously ending that nickname, that long era of being called the Indians. Guardians is kind of, a new, beginning for them. So obviously they've been called the Indians for, over a century. Pretty historical. I'm not going to talk about the politics of it, but you guys can probably understand what I'm getting at here. But it was leaked. I already knew it would be Guardians because I saw a leak, a couple months ago actually, which was kind of funny. So this wasn't a huge surprise to me, but now that we actually saw the logos, it's kind of interesting. So the font script is pretty similar to the current Indians font. Obviously Indians and Guardians, pretty similar word, ending in Ians, obviously. So, it wasn't much of a change. They do have this kind of cool alternate logo, which is like a G with a kind of like angel type wings coming out on a baseball. The C logo, which the Indians wear on their ball caps right now, is pretty similar. It's slightly different. Cleveland script is slightly different than the current one right now. So it's pretty much a full-on rebrand for the Indians that will take effect pretty soon. But obviously it's getting mixed feedback. And the reason why they're getting called the Guardians is because they have these huge Guardian statues near the bridge, near the stadium, which is kind of like a big piece of, monumental structure for Cleveland, right? But, I think, if you're a Cleveland fan, you probably have, it's kind of bittersweet for you because, it's an interesting change, but, the Indians name has been around for a while. I don't really have an opinion on it because I'm not an Indians fan. So it's not really my business, but, if you're an Indians fan, you probably have some sort of opinion. And like I said, this will take place next season. So, last season, this is the last season to actually see the Indians as the Indians. I actually was fortunate to go to an A's Indians game for this very reason, to see them one last time as the Indians. And I mean, it's a definitely interesting change. It's a makeover. The Washington football team right now are obviously in the same process. And I guess it's kind of representing the protectiveness of those Guardian statues, kind of what they represent. And yeah, they announced it today on Twitter, on all their platforms. And I mean, it was I could expect it because, obviously they've been hinting at this for a while. There was a leak actually for a couple months ago. I know Spiders was a big, popular name change contender, but it's going to be Guardians. Definitely going to take a little bit of getting used to. I've been calling them the Indians for a while. Everyone has, and it'll be their 5th name in franchise history. So Blues was the first one, 1901. A year later, they changed it to Bronchos in 1902. Cleveland Naps was around for 11 years, 1903 to 1914. And from 1915 to the present day, it has been Indians. So, 106 years. But, the Cleveland Ball Club, they did not announce any other names of like other potential names that they were going to choose, but I think Spiders was a big one because of other historical teams in the Cleveland area that have been called the Spiders. But yeah, I mean, not a huge change. The colors are obviously the same. I think the biggest change is just that alternate logo with the G in the ball. I think it would be cool to have like an actual logo with the Guardian face on it or something, because I gotta be honest, the rebrand's a little bit boring, but I think the Indians' current uniforms are a tiny bit boring, so I guess that is kind of the same. We'll probably see more logos, if they do a City Connect in the future. It'll be interesting to see. But yeah, that's it. The Guardians will be in effect next year, and it's definitely going to be a little bit getting used to. When you rebrand, change your logo, colors, all that, you have to create merchandise, you got to create marketing, you got to get rid of all the old stuff. So it's going to probably take, I'd say, about 5 years for Guardians to actually completely replace Indians. And obviously, the Indians had a pretty iconic brand. They were, 2 movies made kind of based on them, Major Leagues. One of my favorite movies ever is Major League, and Wild Thing and all those fun characters that represented the Indians. And it's going to be a little different now, so we'll see what happens. Let me know your thoughts on this Indians name change to the Guardians. Like I said, I don't have an opinion on it. I'm not going to talk about my opinions on it, because, you know, it's just everyone kind of has a different stance on it. It's a little bit controversial, so I respect that. But yeah, anyways, guys, let me know your thoughts, and I'll see you guys later.